Hi, I'm Ben, and this is my magic magnet. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you how an unusual type of magnetism gets more women approaching me for a date with much less risk of rejection. Before discovering this magic magnetism, I was the typical nice guy, secretly pissed off and frustrated as I jealously watched other jerks get all the girls. Now, those same jerks jealously watch me, begging to know my secret. So pay close attention, because by the end of this short presentation, I'll do much more than tell you my strange and somewhat embarrassing story. I'm going to show you how to develop the same magnetism. And if there's a girl you've been thinking about, you're going to have much better chances of turning her into your girlfriend and making her fall in love with you. It doesn't matter how successful you are, what you look like, or if you ride a bicycle to work. This unusual magnetism is designed to work for average guys like you and me, so that the type of women you like will get turned on while experiencing uncontrollable feelings of attraction and desire, no matter how big your bank account is or what kind of car you drive. It's quite possible you'll make her day the very first time you try this, and she'll give you a second chance even if she rejected you before or said she just wants to be friends. Hundreds of guys are already secretly using this to date women that are usually reserved for rock stars and celebrities. Right now, I think it's fair to warn you about the nature of this presentation. This website will not be up forever. A small group of scientists have classified this video as leaked information, and I gotta be honest with you. They're right, and they're doing everything they can to get this website taken down. Because of the controversy of what you're about to learn, my guess is that this will become a paid presentation, only available to guys already within the inner circle. So if you're thinking about coming back later, the site will already be gone, and you'll never hear a word of this again. This is not about pickup lines, workout routines, or online dating. In fact, you've probably never seen this before because until just recently, I used to think I've seen it all too. Remember, I was not always good with women. I haven't always had women approaching me while waiting in line at Starbucks. I haven't always coached other men in 57 different countries around the world to meet the women of their dreams, fall head over heels in love for casual dating or even marriage. And I definitely never used to have smoking hot models competing to become my girlfriend. Actually, I used to be pretty hopeless. In fact, the story I'm about to share with you is downright embarrassing. Yet it's one you absolutely need to hear because you'll learn a simple secret to making women fall in love with you or even become addicted to you. After hearing my story, my hope is you'll take something with you today. Deal? Okay, imagine this. Several years ago, I had some friends over for my birthday. As I looked around and saw people enjoying themselves, I thought to myself, wow, on Monday, when everyone asked me how my weekend went, I won't have to make up something this time because I was actually having a decent time. I know it's kind of depressing, but that's just how my mind worked before I had the life-changing breakthrough I'm about to share with you. And I remember feeling really nervous. Amanda was late. We had our first date about a week before. I tried really hard to make a good impression. I took her to the best Thai restaurant in town. We had tons in common, and we even had a really interesting conversation. So when she was late to my party, I was surprised, and I started to lose faith. And then just as I was about to give up hope altogether, she shows up. And even though I was relieved at first, I started feeling really nervous again because I was worried that she might like one of the other guys at the party better than me, which was always what happened. Maybe tonight would be different. After all, it was my birthday, and even if she liked me out of pity, I figured it would probably be better than nothing. What happened next was a total shocker. When she gave me my present, she whispered in my ear, "It's not much, but that's not all. You'll get the rest of your gift later tonight." I felt her soft, velvety lips brush against my ear, and I caught a hint of her minty, fresh breath. Like any guy, I couldn't help but imagine what it would be like to kiss her right then and there. I got a bit overconfident. I really thought she liked me, and I was so excited I told a couple of friends. Soon, the entire party knew about Ben's new girl. Ugh. I should have kept my mouth shut. Suddenly, one of the guys, Jake from back in high school, starts acting up. He's drunk and starts dancing on my new couch. What a prick. "Cut it out, man," I yelled at him and demanded he get down. Yet before he did, he managed to leave some big, nasty boot prints on the cushion. And it was a white couch. I left the party and ran to the corner store to pick up some OxyClean and paper towels. No one else wanted to leave the party, so I ended up driving myself. On my way, I started to wonder if people only showed up for the free booze. As I pull up to the convenience store, there was a bum sitting all alone on the sidewalk. As lonely as I was that night, I actually felt like we had something in common, so I gave him a couple of bucks, hoping that the universe would somehow return the favor and help me out that night. Driving back, still shaken and pissed off about Jake dancing on the couch, I started wondering who the heck invited him. I mean, his nickname in high school was Jake the Jerk, and obviously he still hadn't grown up. Yet there was something I secretly envied about Jake. The guy was missing 2 teeth from a fight, he was losing his hair by the age of 18, and he smelled like he hadn't taken a shower in 2 weeks. Yet he was always dating the hottest girls around, and it made absolutely no sense to me. Now, looking back, it makes perfect sense, and in a few minutes, you'll learn the exact reason it makes perfect sense, too. As soon as I get back to the party, everyone starts acting totally weird. Guys would either avoid me or just be really brief. At first, I assumed everyone was laughing at me for being so sensitive about the couch. Then it was clear. I made a round through every room in the house, and I didn't see Amanda anywhere. I asked my buddy Mike, "Hey, did you see Amanda?" He said no, and turned away. I asked my cousin Jason, "Hey, Jay, have you seen Amanda?" Nope, and he went back to watching the game. Finally, I asked my good friend Tommy, "Hey, Tommy, where's Amanda?" He paused for a second, then he pulled me aside and let me have it. "She left with Jake while you were at the Quickie Mart." "What? No way! Stop messing with me. I'm going to call her." Frantically, I called her cell phone, and on the third ring, she answered, and it seemed like she was laughing as she said hello. "Hey, Amanda, what's going on?" "I had to go. I wasn't feeling very well." At that point, I hear Jake in the background saying, "Hang up your phone and drive, sweetheart." "Sorry, Ben, I got to go. I'll call you tomorrow. Happy birthday." Click. Of course, I never did get that phone call. What was even worse is that when I hung up, everybody at the party was staring at me. I was humiliated. They all saw what happened, and everybody knew what a fool I was for thinking I could get her. And for the few girls who were there, it confirmed my status as the biggest loser in the world. And the guys would never respect me again. In fact, they laughed behind my back for months to come. It was that night I realized a shocking truth. Attraction isn't about money. It's not about the car you drive, and it's not about being in great shape. It's not about how much you have in common. It's not even about deep conversations. On paper, I was the better choice. Me and Amanda shared a real connection. I actually cared about this girl. She should have wanted me. She even said she was looking for a nice guy. Jake, on the other hand, was an asshole. He was at least 80 pounds overweight. He had a 2-digit IQ, and to be perfectly honest, I don't even think he had a job back then. Yet somehow, he was able to trigger a primal, take-over-her-mind attraction in Amanda, despite me being a much nicer guy than him. After seeing how quickly Amanda fell for Jake the Jerk, despite trying my best to make her like me, I felt powerless. What if she was my girlfriend or wife? How could I ever feel secure in a relationship if I don't understand what turns women on or keeps them loyal and only in love with me? I knew right then and there that if I didn't figure this out, it was possible I'd end up miserable, depressed, and alone for the rest of my life. Maybe you can identify with that feeling a little bit. Maybe you can identify with it a lot. Either way, I can honestly tell you it was that night I was finally pushed over the edge. I wanted to figure this out so that I never again had my heart ripped in two. I was a man on a mission, determined to never have a girl stolen from me ever again. I took out a piece of paper and I put my mission in writing, so there was no turning back. I will figure attraction out, or I will die trying. And even until this day, I still carry around this little piece of paper everywhere I go in my wallet. Today, I'm a different person. I don't have to rely on getting lucky to hook up with an attractive woman. I can have an innocent conversation with any woman, and no more than 5 minutes later, she'll be making some excuse to invite herself over to my place to watch a movie. And I have no problem getting a girlfriend either. In fact, I'm seeing 3 different women right now, and every single one of them is fighting over me, competing to be my one and only. And the best part is, I can do all of this without being a jerk. I can make women feel intensely addictive emotions practically on demand using normal, everyday conversation. How did I do it? I discovered a simple psychological breakthrough that most men will never know about. And when I did, everything clicked. Suddenly, all the past failures in my dating life started to make complete sense. I realized why chasing women and trying to impress them with expensive dinner dates always puts you in the friend zone. I realized why constantly approaching women in bars and nightclubs or even during the day is one of the least effective ways of getting dates and is often a huge waste of time. And I finally understood why women say they want nice guys, but always end up dating a jerk. Now, if you're as frustrated with meeting women as I was, you might already realize if you hit on a woman first, 90% of the time she thinks you're desperate and she rejects you. If she hits on you first, 90% of the time you can play it cool, lay back, and let her chase you. Yet, sitting around doing nothing will only make her ignore you as if you don't even exist. So, obviously, you have to do something to make her notice you, even if it's as simple as adjusting your body language or eye contact. This puzzled me for years. How the heck do you make a woman chase you without getting rejected? In other words, how do you get her so turned on that she asks for your number, asks you out, or begs you to be in a relationship with her? And once you're in a relationship, how do you guarantee she's only in love with you? How do you keep her mind loyal and her body safe from other men? And, as luck would have it, the answer found me. So, let me tell you the strange 30-second story of how I went from being a dateless but lovable loser to dating several women who would practically kill to spend the rest of their lives with me. Not too long ago, while thumbing through a magazine, I stumbled across a news report that would soon change my life. This article explained how a small team of renegade scientists recently discovered a few psychological tricks that, when used the right way, cause an addiction-level chemical release in a woman's brain, causing her to become attracted almost immediately. Best of all, the system was developed to a point where you could practically point at any girl you liked and have her instantly attracted, hanging on every word, and even begging to be your girlfriend, no matter how old you were, how broke you were, or how out of shape you'd let yourself become. At first I said to myself, this sounds amazing, almost too good to be true. It's probably BS. Then, just before dismissing it as science fiction, I recognized the name of a psychologist who supported the project, Dr. Robert Epstein. He was a Harvard PhD and also one of the world's most respected and influential researchers. I only remembered his name because I've seen the guy speaking on TV more than one occasion. Dr. Robert Epstein is a leading expert on love and relationships, and I've always felt his ideas were pretty revolutionary. I started to agree with a lot of what I was reading. It turns out the project, codenamed Pandora's Box, was originally created to develop undetectable mind-reading tactics and is based on persuasion methods secretly used by the CIA. The problem was, until recently, the research was either so classified that it can only be accessed by top-tier government officials or so intellectually complex that it could only be decoded by a PhD in psychology. And although the groundwork for Pandora's Box was created by a think tank of renegade scientists, the man who created a system for average guys like you and me was Vin DiCarlo. Vin was a virgin until his mid-20s and a self-proclaimed science nerd. He's best known for transforming himself into an international playboy, dating only the most elite women and enjoying threesomes and foursomes on an almost weekly basis. His amazing transformation has been featured on CBS. He's been on Playboy Radio, interviewed by Playboy playmate Tiffany Grenath. He's been in Maxim Magazine, Boston Magazine, and has even given a guest lecture at Syracuse University. In fact, it was Vin's expertise in rapid personal change that got him recruited into the classified research team to co-develop Pandora's Box. Vin was the missing link in the Pandora's Box project. Sure, the science was insanely powerful, but until Vin embedded the psychological tricks into normal conversation, well, let's just say it was like owning a Ferrari without a license to drive it. Now, the classified nature of Pandora's Box bothered Vin because he struggled with women when he was growing up. He understands the rejection and loneliness that many guys suffer from. And when Vin saw the true power of Pandora's Box and realized its potential to help a few of his close friends, he spoke out against the powers that be and was fired from the team. At first, Vin was viciously attacked by his opponents, but eventually gained so much loyal support from the men he shared it with that they helped him create a safe, private website where he could continue to develop the Pandora's Box system. And, more importantly, he could make it available to men who needed it the most, normal guys like you and me. And because Pandora's Box is practically a user's guide to the female mind, it's become the only system that can make a woman chase you and fall in love with you without hitting on her or risking painful rejection. You can make her feel like she's known you for years within 5 minutes of meeting her and plant the seeds of blindingly powerful, take over her mind feelings of love and devotion. What that means is any guy who uses Pandora's Box could spark primal, rejection-proof, take over her mind infatuation in any woman by using seemingly innocent everyday conversation, or if he wanted, he could do it by using his body language alone. And best of all, you will never have to act like a jerk. Again, my name is Benjamin Kennedy Jr., and I'd like to show you how you can get access to the same system that changed my life forever. And Pandora's Box will work for you even if she's a different age or nationality than you are, or if she's a super hot model or actress, and it even works if she has a boyfriend or husband. I got an email from Eric. He says, got a girl's phone number while she was on a date with another guy. Before Pandora's Box, I wouldn't have even thought it was possible. Eric, you're going to be floored when you realize what else is possible. It'll make women approach you when you're out getting groceries, at the mall, or even at your favorite coffee shop, and it will make her become sweeter and more affectionate with you if you're already dating or in a relationship. Jimmy writes, my relationship has taken a complete 180. I was at the point of begging my very own girlfriend in bed. Now, I can hardly keep up with her. Sounds like a good problem to have. It works even if her friends and family hate you, or if you're not good looking, don't make a lot of money, or even if you think you messed up your chances with her by coming on too strong, or you acted desperate. Marcus says, I made every classic first date mistake possible. Talked too much about myself, told her I liked her, and I even tried to make plans to see her again before dropping her off. Didn't hear from her for weeks. Used Pandora's Box, and 3 days later, I'm waking up to her cooking me breakfast in bed. And it works especially if you've already tried something else and failed. Leading Harvard PhD psychologist and former editor-in-chief of Psychology Today magazine, Dr. Robert Epstein says, Vin has a real background in science. I checked, and he's also highly intelligent. He knows how to analyze scientific studies and conduct scientific research. And he's passionate about developing and teaching techniques based on proven principles, much as I've done throughout my 30-year career in psychology. He has done a respectable job of distilling and interpreting scientific studies to create a practical program that can help men of all ages and backgrounds. I really think that no matter how many world-class experts praise the power and effectiveness of Pandora's Box, what's most exciting is the vision behind it. Vin is determined to create an elite brotherhood, an invisible society of men who share an unfair advantage over the rest of the world. So, before we go any further, it's only fair that I'm 100% honest with you. If you're looking for some kind of magic cologne spray, or if you just want one pickup line that gets women to drop to their knees and worship you forever, then Pandora's Box is not for you. Pandora's Box is only for men who are finally ready to put down the miracle answers, yet still want a high-caliber girlfriend who showers you with affection. Listen, Pandora's Box is not a game. It's a powerful system that contains some very serious tools. The techniques you'll learn in Pandora's Box can cause permanent changes to a woman's mind. Used with evil intent, Pandora's Box can do evil. You could literally destroy a woman with this system if you're not careful. That's why, in the past, if you wanted to learn the secrets of Pandora's Box, you'd have to fly out to New York and pitch a tent outside Vin's door, Fight Club style. And to be evaluated for training, you'd have to scrub his dishes and fold his laundry. You'd have to become his personal assistant, schedule out all his dates for the week, proofread his research journals, pay close attention and take meticulous notes on every word coming out of his mouth. Only after weeks of getting your hands dirty, if Vin thought you were serious, if he felt you were determined, you would become his apprentice and learn the Pandora's Box system. And if you were one of the few men who've gotten hands-on attention from Vin, you are set for life. Computer geeks in the same night having threesomes with Swedish twins. World of Warcraft virgins bringing models home to meet mom. Shy guys turned studs because they've got girls asking them out daily. Here's what some of those guys have said. Thomas writes, I'm now stealing women from guys half my age and twice as rich. Tyler says, a total game changer. Life gets better and better. I will be sticking with this for years to come. Sounds like a plan. Here's an email from Simon. Dating 3 different women right now, yet it was only after I dated several models that I realized I actually prefer normal women who are a lot less crazy. Yeah, less crazy is what we call a good thing. Right now, this is a special time in history. For the past 10 years, men from all over the world have been stalking Vin, hanging out at his favorite hotspots, hoping to run into him, making friends of friends, begging to become a part of the Pandora's Box movement. And yes, a very few lucky men have been trained by Vin personally. The problem is, since he's been spending countless hours, sleepless nights, shedding blood, sweat, and tears, cramming his most sacred secrets into the Pandora's Box online training, he's no longer accepting private clients. Here's the bottom line. You can't hire Vin right now. The President of the United States can't even hire Vin right now. However, because he's determined to put together the most amazing collection of success stories in the history of men's empowerment, he's asked me to assemble a small test group for the Pandora's Box online training, the exact system that changed my life forever. Not only does a small test group ensure his secrets aren't spread carelessly to the general public, he can also direct his full attention to helping the guys in the group reach their personal goals with women. Whatever goal you can imagine. If you want to make that sexy secretary fall head over heels in love with you, if you want to make that sales girl at the mall approach you and shove her phone number into your pocket, or you want to take 2 college cuties home with you for a game of Naked Twister, Vin is there to help. And he's finally completed a beta version of his members-only website where you can download the Pandora's Box system, where Vin shares his latest breakthroughs in female psychology, 3 simple questions that turn women on, a light touch that makes her kiss you first, no matter what type of woman she is, and making her say, I love you, even if she rejected you before. The site is updated weekly with Vin's most devastating tactics, and you'll beam confidence because the guys who get in now will enjoy an upper hand over the other men in their city for years to come. And because of this, millionaire mogul businessmen, NBA superstar athletes, and even a handful of anonymous celebrities are fighting for the few remaining spots into the Pandora's Box website. Listen, Vin comes from humble beginnings and isn't the type of guy who can be bribed. I mean, so what? Tiger Woods now dates 9 women at once when he once dated only 7. Who cares? Helping guys who don't really need help in the first place isn't his top priority. What Vin's looking for, what really gets him fired up, is helping average guys like us to walk down the street hand in hand with the smoking hot women who usually date those same rock stars and celebrities. So what Vin has done is picked me to gather 100 success stories for his private collection. So the next 100 guys who say yes to outrageous results with women can harness the power of Pandora's Box in just minutes from now, from the comfort and privacy of your own home. If you think Pandora's Box is something that might help you, if you can imagine a few different ways you can use the system in your life, if you can imagine how fun it might be when a girl who's just your type approaches you and says, "Hi, what's your name?" If you can imagine what it's like to feel your cell phone vibrating constantly from women's phone calls, or the tickle of butterflies you feel when you're in a relationship with someone really special to you, then now is the time to take action and experience the intoxicating, heart-pounding pleasure that comes from knowing you've made the right decision to improve your life. Again, Pandora's Box is only available to the next 100 men who say yes and claim your spot before time runs out. Now, of course, you could choose to continue meeting and dating women the same way you did before you found this site. Listen, if you were happy with the girlfriend you have right now, or if you were sleeping with gorgeous women night after night, you wouldn't be watching this. If you're like I was, you're driving yourself crazy with frustrations, possibly spending thousands of dollars over the course of many years on hit or miss dating, realizing that your perfect woman might not ever show up. You could spend hundreds on a gym membership or much more on a personal trainer. You could spend thousands on a new wardrobe or even hundreds of thousands on an exotic car. Or you could waste time with the countless other ways men try to impress women. The sad truth is, I know dozens of men who have tried those things and still end up sleeping alone every Friday and Saturday night. Let's not even talk about the more serious issues, the horror stories that become more and more common as you get older. For example, a bartender in my town who blows paycheck after paycheck on escorts, leaving him emotionally rotten, or my neighbor, Rick, who's piling up a stack of steep medical bills because of illness related to depression. I know too many guys who have suffered through that type of thing to sit around and let it happen. And I certainly don't want that for you either, so I'm going to make it a really easy decision. If you've made it this far, you probably realize how powerful Pandora's box is, and you're starting to imagine all the ways you can use it in your own life. You might be thinking about the first woman you're going to get using the system, or thinking about what you're going to do with her once she's yours. Or maybe you're wondering about the price, or how easy it is to claim your spot. And before I answer those questions, I have one question for you. What's it worth to you to know that no matter how old you get, no matter what kind of shape you're in physically, you're still going to have the woman you want? And she loves you because you connect to her on a much deeper psychological level. What's it worth to know that you'll never have a lonely night again? Because you can start a relationship with the very woman you're thinking of right now, instead of settling for whoever comes your way. The guys who have access to Pandora's box right now say they couldn't even begin to put a price on the transformation. It truly is a higher standard of living and the pathway to a richer, more fulfilling life. Jules says, if I had known what Pandora's box was going to do to my life, I probably would have paid like $800. Truthfully, it's worth a lot more, but that would have been the most I could afford. This is Mike. Well, if I just think about all the money I've saved so far on expensive dinners and drinks, I would have paid you around $1,500. Scott wrote, you can't put a price on it. You really can't put a price on it. It's that good. Ray says, $10,000. In fact, the absolute lowest a person said it was worth was $800, while most guys were quoting well into the thousands. The good news is, Vin wants the test group to start immediately, and the easiest way to do it is to make Pandora's box really affordable. You won't pay $800 or even $700. You won't pay $600. You won't even pay $500. In fact, when you claim your spot in our private test group, you'll get instant access to the entire Pandora's box system for just $69.95. Over the next month, that's going to break down to less than $2.34 a day, about the same price as a cup of coffee. It's even less than the cost of condoms you'll need this year once you start using the system. And trust me, you're going to need them. Click the button below and replace your cold and lonely nights filled with frustration and no one to call with a warm, relaxing bubble bath with a woman you love. She's treating you like a king, rubbing your back, kissing your neck, and caressing your body. You know, one thing I love about this job is the amazing feeling I get from reading all of the awesome success stories guys send in. John Fatboy Ortiz says, what I love is how damn easy it is to learn. I'm improving myself as a man and having the time of my life doing it. In fact, the content is so engaging, I actually had a woman ask me for my number because she overheard me teaching it to my friend at the coffee shop. Great job figuring that out. That trick is one of our best kept secrets. This email was anonymous. Thanks for making it so easy to log into Pandora's box from anywhere. I was at a party and saw a girl that was totally my type. Even though I didn't have my computer with me, I was able to access the system on my iPhone and knew exactly what to say to her, all based on what she was wearing that night. Incredible. And Josh says, I know most people probably email you saying how great the system is. However, your customer service is just as good as the system. 5 stars. Thanks. I'll be sure to let them know. So if this is something you want, click the big yellow button directly below this video to claim your spot. And you can feel great knowing that you're totally protected and your access to Pandora's box is fully guaranteed. In fact, you don't even have to decide right now. Take advantage of Vin's 100% money-back guarantee. Just try Pandora's box for a full 14 days. If you're not totally blown away by what you discover, if you don't get the results you're looking for, even if you just don't like the colors or if you think the diagrams are silly, you name it, we'll gladly refund every penny. No questions, no hassles. Here's what else you can expect to discover once you look inside Pandora's box. Studies show that 92% of a woman's physical attraction to you is based on your body language and eye contact alone. That's why you're going to learn the look twice technique, a simple way of making a woman start chasing you without even approaching her. Oh, and this works great if you spend a lot of time on the road and see a girl in a car next to you. You'll also discover the one tiny body language shift that takes any guy from "I'm a creep, stay away" to "women want me and so should you." Then, when she comes over to say hello, you can use the DiCarlo handshake to put her in a hypnotic trance that will leave her feeling like it was love at first sight. JT sent me this. I'm still in shock that this whole time it was my body language that was turning women off, and even more surprised how drastically their reactions will change once you get it right. Yeah, lots of guys love that. You're also going to understand the strange psychology that keeps you out of the dreaded friend zone. I know it's crazy, but if you try too hard to make a woman comfortable during a date, you're guaranteed to get put in the friend zone, and she'll never want to take your relationship further. That's why you'll learn an arsenal of techniques to escape the friend zone for good. Here's a pro tip. One well-timed kiss can catapult you out of the friend zone and get her begging to be your girlfriend. In Pandora's Box, you'll learn a light touch that invites her to kiss you, even if she's rejected you before. And you'll discover 33 innocent words that get her hot for you, words that can be used in normal, everyday conversation. Any single one of these will do the trick, and when they're combined, she loses control twice as fast. Carl said, the 33 innocent words work like a charm. I used just 3 of the words in an email and had this smoking hot Italian chick practically inviting herself over to my place. Great work, man. You'll also learn exactly how to deal with women who are already in a relationship with another guy. For example, you should never say anything bad about her boyfriend. Instead, use this line. Wow, your boyfriend seems like a really nice guy. Then listen. Once she starts talking about him, say one more simple phrase from the system, and you'll force her mind to focus on all the things she hates about him. Then she'll start inventing all kinds of reasons they won't last. That's your opening. Please only use this technique if you really like her, because once you try this, there's no turning back, and it's likely she'll never feel happy around him again. Alexi emailed me. I wanted this girl for years but couldn't get close because of her boyfriend. Use that technique, and 3 weeks later, they're broken up, and she's inviting me over to help her fix her computer. I'm sure her computer is going to be just fine. You'll learn a few simple, inexpensive accessories that you can use to jumpstart attraction instantly. It's basic psychology. Wearing a certain shape belt buckle will get her staring at your crotch and thinking dirty thoughts about you. You're also going to learn what you should have and what you should absolutely not have in your apartment. 82% of guys surveyed have this toxic item in their apartment, and it's destroying their chances with any girl they bring home. The good news is you can hide it. Plus, you'll discover 4 words that make her want to stay the night, guaranteed. Barnaby said, that one magic phrase is worth its weight in gold. No kidding. I've pulled at least 5 women this month back to my place with that phrase alone. Never again be confused about what she really wants in a man. You'll discover a simple mind-reading trick to know exactly what she thinks about you before you ask her out, so you never get rejected again. Learn how to spot the difference between a good girl and a bad girl and what to say to each one, no matter what her outer appearance is telling you. You'll be shocked when you realize how many good girls want to become friends with benefits. The best part is, you'll find out how to date multiple women and have them feel good about it. Once you know this, you'll never have to worry about getting caught, because the worst thing that could possibly happen is you'll have a threesome. Chad wrote, I never knew having a threesome with 2 women was so simple. Wish I knew how easy it was back in college. You are not alone, my friend. You'll know 3 simple questions that nail her female type, complete with step-by-step instructions for making her excited, falling in love, and even getting her addicted to you. Know what kind of woman you're dealing with before getting in too deep. This is critical if you're looking to settle down or find the one. You'll know everything about her, from what to say, where to take her, even how experienced she is in the bedroom. Psychologists say that one of the fastest ways to make a woman fall in love with you is to show her you understand her on a deeper level. For example, with a certain type of woman, just say, you make friends easily and a lot of guys like you, yet it's rare you truly let someone inside and trust them completely. You say this, and she'll chase you, not only because you sparked her attraction, but also because you've become a source of guidance she can't live without. Vince said, "Before Pandora's Box, my girlfriend was always asking my buddy for life advice. Now she only comes to me." That's the way it should be, buddy. Great job. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because Pandora's Box is a complete system, you're getting a solution to everything about women that confuses or frustrates you right now. In fact, here's 3 more simple secrets you'll learn in the Pandora's Box system. When you use them the right way, these secrets will get women addicted to you. Okay, here they are. Simple secret number 1. Never listen to what women say they want. Ever. Especially if it's a girl you like. There's a huge difference between what women say they want and what actually attracts them. Women say they want flowers and chocolate. Women say they want a nice guy who treats them like a princess. Women say they want a guy with a great career who can support them and give them stability. Yet, when you do those things, you'll end up in the friend zone while she's dating a stone-cold loser who treats her like crap and cheats on her. A recent study actually confirmed that once a man actually follows a woman's advice on a date or in a relationship, her attraction drops instantly. It turns out women will often say things to subconsciously mislead men as a way of testing them. My system will not only help you decode their confusing women speak, you'll also discover 3 simple phrases you can use right away that make her practically addicted to you without changing your entire personality or becoming an abusive jerk. Simple secret number 2. Never try to impress her by talking about your job or car, how much money you make, how much you can lift in the gym, or anything that we as men are naturally proud of. Women have a sixth sense when it comes to sniffing out this kind of behavior. In fact, the intuition part of the brain is actually larger and more developed in women than it is in men. So even if we think we're being clever to a woman, it's plain as day. And you know what? Most importantly, you're not letting her chase. Not to mention, she'll see it as a reflection of your insecurity. Now, of course, some women will pretend they like all the impressive things you can talk about, but what she really likes is the control you're giving her. Maybe she'll even stick around for a while until you spend your very last penny on her, that is. That's not the kind of relationship I want for myself. And I really hope it's not what you're looking for either. In my system, you'll learn what to say to a woman so that she becomes more attracted and bonds with you on an emotional level. Simple secret number 3. Never tell a woman how you feel before you've been physical. Now, I'm an honest guy, and I'll be the first to admit that I've made this mistake more times than I can remember. So don't feel bad. We all have. I mean, come on, you feel something for a woman, it makes perfect sense to tell her, right? Wrong. Revealing your feelings to a woman will make her feel the same way after you've been physical with her, but is a huge turnoff when she hears it before. Here's why. Once you tell a woman how you feel about her, there's no more challenge. And, you guessed it, nothing more to chase. My system will reveal the tiny signals invisible to most men so that you'll always know the exact right time to show your interest to a woman, and you'll never get rejected again. In fact, you're going to be blown away when you realize how much fun talking to women can be when you know what she's thinking before she even opens her mouth. It's just like reading her mind, and girls really eat this stuff up. And no matter how many guys start using Pandora's Box, women are never able to catch them in action. Here's why. First, imagine any girl you like right now. And if you can't think of one, picture a girl with the right face and the right body that's just your type. You'll have an arsenal of powerful techniques at your fingertips that can turn her on without looking like you're hitting on her or coming on too strong. Once you know it's working, you just lay back and let her make all the moves. She might brush her chest against you accidentally or ask you to help her take off an article of clothing that's too tight. Then she'll make her move. She'll position her lips close to yours while she's talking, or if she's really excited, she might start rubbing your thigh up and down as she gets closer and closer to touching you. Either way, because she loses control, she is going to be the one guaranteed to make the first move every time. You can use it on a woman you know from work, class, or the cute cashier at your favorite coffee shop. Because she's going to make the move first, you never have to put your reputation at risk, which makes it perfect for girls with boyfriends. Try it with your ex or a previous lover. When you can turn any woman on, you'll be shocked when you realize how fast you can reignite the passion in your relationship. This system works like crazy on Facebook, online dating, and in long-distance relationships. Because Pandora's box is based on proven, real-world female psychology, she's going to feel an overwhelming urge to see you in person, no matter how long it's been since you've talked or what mistakes you've made in the past. You can use it to stand out from all the other guys at a party, bar, or nightclub. Because you'll have an unfair advantage, you'll end up getting that fun and sexy girl that everyone else wants. Your friends will be jealous, but still give you respect. No more rejection and sitting home alone with no one to call. Just raw animal magnetism in any woman you meet. Now, one of the reasons why Vin is the world leader in men's empowerment is because he's always developing new techniques, all designed to give you success with women and a lifestyle that most guys will never know. In fact, since Pandora's box is getting such great feedback, Vin and his Renegade team are about to create 6 brand new products, all of which will sell separately on their own. And just like Pandora's box, they're absolute gems that contain powerful, sometimes life-changing secrets. However, before Vin officially releases them, he wants to get real customer reviews from guys like you. So here's the deal. Right now, when you claim your spot in Pandora's box, Vin is going to throw in a copy of all 6 of the new products at no extra charge. You're getting Facebook Famous, 7 copy and paste profile tricks that get women friending you and competing for your attention. You spend a lot of time on the computer, or you don't like going out to bars and nightclubs? Facebook Famous will show you how to get women introducing themselves to you on almost a daily basis. Facebook Famous will retail at $39.95. Yours today, free. Speed mind reading, how to detect hungry women who want it now. Women go through biological cycles of extreme horniness. Speed mind reading is going to give you X-ray vision into their minds so you know exactly when they are open to a casual fling. Speed mind reading will retail at $69.95. Yours today, free. Bon appetit! 11 finger foods that make her dizzy with desire. Certain foods act as aphrodisiacs and can make women incredibly hot for you. In this report, I will talk about 11 foods that cause dramatic hormone responses that will put her in the mood for love. Suggest certain dishes at restaurants or cook a meal for her at home. You win both ways. Bon appetit will retail at $19.95. Yours today, free. Movie Magic. 9 movies that make her fall in love in 2 hours or less. The movie you pick for your date can have a profound effect on her psychology and what she thinks about you. I've identified 9 movies that work to get women thinking about sharing a future with you. And no, you won't be stuck watching the usual chick flicks. Movie Magic will retail at $19.95. Yours today, free. Touch her S-spot. She'll feel so good she'll cry in your arms. When you touch her S-spot, you will ruin her for any other man. It's the fastest way to get her calling you master, both inside and outside the bedroom. Touch her S-spot will retail at $69.95. Yours today, free. F-Buddy Formula. Great sex, no drama. Whether you want to be the guy on the side or if you just want to let women know you're in the no-strings secret society, the FBF will make women choose you as the guy for her casual encounters. F-Buddy Formula will retail at $99.95. Yours today, free. Now, if you bought all of these new products by themselves, your total investment today would be $379.65. However, you're getting all of them at no extra charge just for taking the Pandora's box system home with you. So pay attention because I promise you this opportunity will not be around much longer. Roger writes, Pandora's box has helped me find a wonderful woman. And oddly enough, I ran into another PB guy on the inner circle and we've become awesome friends. This is a guy who really gets me that I can actually have a real conversation with. Thinker sent me this. I feel like I'm part of something bigger than myself, and that is very cool. It feels good to have a secret. Marcelo says, I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I gotta say, it's a great feeling knowing you can break other people's arms off, but after finding Pandora's box, I've realized that nothing feels better than knowing you can take a man's girlfriend. Thanks, Marcelo, and hey, go easy on him. Remember, it's not just an amazing deal you're getting today. You're joining the most exclusive men's movement in history. And you'll be part of an elite community of like-minded men, an inner circle of rock-solid guys who are in the know. Plus, if you act now before this presentation ends, I'll toss in this one-of-a-kind super bonus worth $97. Text message teleportation. How to get her to your bedroom with the push of the button. Text messages are great because you can get women aroused without even talking to her in person. It's just like turning her on by remote control. In text message teleportation, you'll get proven text messages you can use to get a girl excited, sending you naked pictures with her phone, and get her to show up at your bedroom. Text message teleportation will retail at $97. That brings your total value to well over $500. Yet today, if you act now, it's all yours for just one payment of only $69.95. So go ahead right now, click on the big yellow button that says Claim My Spot Now to reserve your spot right now. Then just enter your information on the secure 256-bit SSL encrypted form on the next page. Your information is 100% confidential, and you'll enjoy full privacy inside our private instant access membership area. Soon you'll look back at this moment as a crucial turning point in your life. Everything is going to change, and you'll never have to suffer a lonely night again. The best part is you'll have access in just a matter of minutes, depending on how fast you can enter your information on the next page. No waiting for the mailman. You're getting instant access to this life-changing information from the privacy of your own home. When you click the button below, you'll be taken to our 100% secure checkout page where you will enter your name and credit card number. You'll know you're in the right place because you'll see these verified third-party safe page logos right below the order button. You'll also see a box that contains descriptions of your brand new pre-released products as well as your order total of $69.95. After you enter your info, you'll be taken to a page that has your username and password on it. They'll also be emailed to you so you can be sure that you'll have access to your material from anywhere you go. Remember, you've been struggling with women for far too long. You already know what those cold, lonely nights feel like, and you've already been embarrassed by gut-wrenching rejection. And the longer you struggle with women, the more pain and frustration builds up inside of you, contaminating your energy and ruining your chances with women. Yet, all of this can change the moment you begin applying the quick start principles you'll find in the Pandora's box system. Picture the moment you finally have the type of woman that makes you feel butterflies, heart-throbbing pleasure, and respect and admiration when you take her out on the town. You feel optimistic as you finally experience what it's really like to be alive. You're free to live out all of your secret fantasies because you have a partner who will never judge you. You feel excitement as you realize women are checking you out more and more and that you have total control where the relationship goes. You feel happy because you're with a woman who adores you, and you're with her because she's right for you, not because you're settling for whatever came along. You feel confident as a man because other guys look up to you, and they treat you with the utmost respect because of it. You feel at peace as your lover sleeps comfortably in your arms. You feel her soft breath as she cuddles closer to your body, and you're finally experiencing the comfort, love, and affection that might be missing in your life right now. You know, as I'm sitting here talking to you, I think back to before I knew about Pandora's box and how much I used to beat myself up about not being with the women I really wanted. And I think it's important to realize that your challenges with women up until now, up until today, were not your fault. You've been misled by women who don't understand how their own bodies work and have no idea what really turns them on. You've been misled by women who claim to want a nice guy to bring her a dozen roses and take her to a 5-star restaurant. And you've been flat out lied to by the other men who want to possess those women, and the big ego experts who don't really care about your success, and the corporations that rely on selling their new muscle shake, clothing line, or cologne every month. However, today marks your day to take responsibility to put an end to the lies and start anew with the only system based on science that simply gets women addicted to you. Pandora's box. And unlike those other phony solutions, this one is guaranteed to work. Try it first for a full 14 days and get the results you're looking for, or pay absolutely nothing. Plus, our live support staff is only a mouse click away, so you can feel confident clicking the big yellow button below. You'll get immediate access to everything: the Pandora's box system and all 6 bonus products, plus text message teleportation worth $97 just for claiming your spot today. William says, I tried every so-called method you can imagine, so I was a bit nervous to take another chance. Pandora's box was the one thing that made all the difference. Tang sent me an email here. Before Pandora's box, I was on the brink of giving up with women. I'm dead serious about that. Now, I'm living a life that makes every single one of my friends jealous. This one is from Jiggy. I tried those embarrassing pickup lines and techniques, and they never felt natural to my personality. Pandora's box feels easy and authentic every time. Immediately after you order, you need to try the Read Her Mind quiz Vin just added to the members area. You'll answer a few simple personality-based questions about any girl you like right now. It will show you a complete breakdown of her personality and tell you the exact steps you need to get her. You'll discover the most powerful shortcuts for getting her attention, turning her on, and even making her fall in love with you. Everything is laid out in plain, easy-to-understand English, and all of the techniques will feel totally natural to use. So, click the big yellow button now, because at any moment it's going to disappear for good. From Mike in Dallas, Texas. When I first found out about Pandora's box, I was on the verge of giving up. I'm in my 50s, I'm balding, and I just don't feel as attractive anymore. I didn't think anything would work for me unless I was about 30 years younger and 50 pounds lighter. To make matters worse, I'm new to computers, and I wasn't sure if it would be too complicated to access the material or too difficult to put it into practice. But I thought, what the heck? If this program does even 10% of what it says it does, it's worth giving it a shot. And when I decided to get in, I had no idea how my life was about to change. First of all, it was simple and easy to access the materials. Plus, it's so different and so eye-opening you can't stop watching because you're getting a totally new and refreshing perspective on what women want, and everything suddenly becomes easy. There's even shortcuts you can take, like the way it's all broken down into 3 easy questions you ask the girl you like. So, yeah, it's great dating multiple women at the same time and being able to take any of them on a weekend trip with me, or even just to come over after work to relax in the tub with me. But what really makes me happy is that I finally feel like I have the choice and the power to get the women I want and have them genuinely like me for me, instead of just waiting around for some hypothetical soulmate that might not ever show up. If you want to hear more about my results, you can drop me a line at oscar.mike10@gmail.com. This is from Lewis in Michigan. When I first saw your site, the first thing I thought was, this is a load of crap. He's probably just going to take my credit card and I won't even get the product. But what you said about constantly stuck in the friend zone, which is the exact problem I've had my entire life, made me think, yeah, I'll risk it. So anyway, I reserved my spot and was relieved to find out I could get access immediately, and not only was it legit, but that it could do everything it said it can and more. That same night, I tried out the material immediately on a woman I've wanted for years. Let me just tell you, I've never known that a woman's feelings can change so fast when you know what buttons to push. She started talking about marriage and how we're meant to be together and must have been together in a past life. I've never experienced anything like this ever. My whole life has become surreal. No joke. I even pinched myself to see if I would wake up. In fact, because it's so difficult for me to accept, she constantly reassures me by telling me how much she loves me, can't live without me, and would never leave me. So, long story short, we're getting married next June, and you're invited. Also, feel free to have your guys look me up on Facebook if they have any questions about the system. I'm at louispanman11@gmail.com. This next guy who wrote in wants to remain anonymous, so I respect that, and I've removed his information. He says, I saw your website, and instantly I thought of my best friend, Nate. He's been great with women ever since high school, and he does a lot of the things you talk about. But to be honest, I was hesitant to get the product for a couple of reasons. First, it wasn't something I needed. I do all right for myself. Girls like me. Second, I share my computer with a roommate. It would be embarrassing if she found out I'm studying this stuff. But being the curious person I am and always learning new things, hell, if I got one good tip that made dating easier, it would save me a ton of time and money. So I gave it a shot. And yes, everything is discreet, so there's no chance of getting caught. And let me tell you, This stuff blows away what Nate is doing. I learned at least a dozen nasty tricks that my friends would never figure out on their own. They can only watch in amazement as I get phone number after phone number every time we go out. And the best part is, I used to have to be the one to make the move on the girl, but let me tell you, it's way more fun when you can make her so hot that she suggests becoming friends with benefits or start sending you naked pictures on your cell phone. Nate would love to add these tricks to his arsenal, especially the mind control implant technique where you get a girl convincing her friend to have a threesome with you. So I'm considering sharing my secret with him. We're going to be the kings of this small town. Remember, along with the new Read Her Mind quiz, you're also getting the complete Pandora's Box system, the most powerful system in the world for getting women addicted to you, an $800 value. Facebook Famous, 7 copy and paste profile tricks that get women friending you and competing for your attention, a $39.95 value. Speed Mind Reading, how to detect hungry women who want it now, a $69.95 value. Bon Appetit, 11 finger foods that make her dizzy with desire, a $19.95 value. Movie Magic, 9 movies that make her fall in love in 2 hours or less, a $19.95 value. Touch Her S-Spot, she'll feel so good she'll cry in your arms, a $69.95 value. The F-Buddy Formula, great sex, no drama, a $99.95 value. And my super bonus, text message teleportation. Get her to your bedroom with the push of a button, a $97 value. Everything for just $69.95 today. But you have to act right now. Remember, Pandora's Box is an unfair advantage. It was created for men who want to live their life to its full potential. And Vin is using this small group so that he can build his collection of success stories. But he only needs 100. So now is the time to say yes and claim your spot by clicking the button below. Once it's closed, it's unlikely you'll get another chance. The transformations we're seeing are jaw-dropping, and if they continue on this trend, it's possible the scientists will shut this presentation down, making the system classified once again, and lock it down so that it's only available to top officials and government insiders. Of course, everyone who gets in now will have access to Vin's private Pandora's Box website forever, but chances are if you've waited this long to take action, it's possible the last spot is already claimed. And most importantly, you probably already have a woman in mind that you'd love to be with right now. And unless you make the commitment to yourself to get this handled right now, you might not ever feel the soft and delicate touch of her skin against yours ever, while she ends up with some other jerk who doesn't deserve her. So let's make sure you get what you really want. And do the only smart thing you can do. Take advantage of this one-time opportunity and become a part of the most revolutionary men's empowerment movement in history. Never again will you feel the pain of rejection. Right now, everything changes. When you get your first success, go ahead and send Vin an email. I'm sure you realize by now that nothing makes him happier than seeing the transformation he's making in people's lives. Thanks for watching this presentation, and I look forward to seeing your name on the members list. Click the big yellow button below to get started. Again, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Still here? Still making your decision? As you can imagine, we get a lot of questions about this program because it's causing so much controversy right now. So let me just answer some of the most common questions people have about Pandora's Box. Hopefully, I'll answer any questions you might have as you're sitting here making your decision. How fast do I get access to Pandora's Box? Like I said before, you get instant access to Pandora's Box as soon as you complete your order. Because you're getting access to a private members area, everything is digitally downloadable and you won't have to wait for the mail to arrive or anything like that. You're going to be able to start sifting through the material in literally less than 2 minutes. And you'll make connections in your understanding of women that are so dramatic, you'll be thinking, that's what I should have said to her, or wow, all I have to do is text her this and she's going to be attracted. It's really great stuff, and you get everything immediately just as fast as you can enter your information on the secure checkout page. Will it work if I'm overweight or unattractive or over 40? You'd be surprised how little that stuff really matters to women. Sure, 2 guys have the exact same personality and say the exact same things. Sure, she's going to want to be with a guy who's in better shape or closer to her own age. However, the whole reason this system was created in the first place was to give guys an upper hand. Most of the guys who did the research on this were not very attractive by most people's standards. They were all pretty old research scientists and professors who wished they could date the hot young college women in their classes. They wanted something that could give them a leg up on the tall, muscular basketball players and the pretty boy rich kids whose parents were paying their tuition. The only guy involved in the project under 50 was Vin, and he was basically there as a translator, camouflaging science using innocent questions in everyday conversation. He was the one who had all of the hands-on experience coaching average Joe-type guys in his mastermind sessions, so he was the perfect guy to create the system. And remember, most of the guys who attended Vin's masterminds weren't movie stars either. It was usually guys who felt like they had some kind of disadvantage, and that's why they were there in the first place. So, yeah, it's going to work for you if you have a disadvantage because it was designed that way from the ground up. I'm in the friend zone. Will this help me get out? Pandora's box is going to let you trigger attraction in pretty much any woman you talk to, totally stealth and under the radar. The tricky thing about making moves on a female friend is that you don't want to risk ruining the friendship or having the word get out and getting a bad reputation. But that's not an issue because Pandora's box conceals the mind-reading technology inside innocent, everyday questions. So one day you'll just be talking to her and she'll say to herself, wow, this guy really seems different and I'm really feeling attracted to him. Then she might start hitting on you. But in reality, you're not any different at all. You just made her feel different by talking to her a certain way. So yes, Pandora's box will help you escape the friend zone, and it will help in any situation where you can't really hit on the girl directly, like in school or in the office, or when you're talking to a girl who might have a boyfriend. It's especially powerful in tricky situations like that. I mean, if you're wondering if it will help you with your specific situation, if you think your situation is more complicated or different, the only way to find out is to click the button below and try it. You've always got the 100% guarantee, so you've got nothing to lose. What if I'm looking for a relationship? Can Pandora's box help me? It's pretty common that guys will overlook the relationship benefits of Pandora's box. A lot of times they get so excited about being able to turn women on that they forget the reason they wanted to start dating more women in the first place was to find that one perfect girlfriend you want to spend your life with. Pandora's box is going to help you understand women on a very deep primal level. You're going to understand why they act a certain way, why they test guys, what makes them intrigued, what turns them on, what makes them chase a guy, and so on. You're going to know her better than she knows herself. And that's very powerful in a relationship because when you think about it, that's exactly what she's looking for in a long-term relationship. She wants her man to understand her and guide her and calm her down when she's upset. Pandora's box is chock full of tools and techniques for every type of situation. You will become such an authority in her life that she'll wonder what the heck she was doing before she met you. So, yeah, Pandora's box will help you find that perfect relationship a lot faster and with less frustration and rejection, and will also give you an understanding of women to keep your relationship loyal and long-lasting. How is this different from XYZ dating advice? The real difference between Pandora's box and just about any other book or DVD or dating program out there is that Pandora's box is the only program that has figured out the different types of women and given you strategies for each one. All the other programs assume that all women are exactly the same, so the best they can do is give you really vague, generic advice because they're trying to please all women at once. So they'll tell you to wear nice cologne or clean out your car, simple common sense tips like that. Sure, women like when you smell nice and they appreciate a clean car, but that's not going to get a woman passionately chasing you because she thinks you're her soulmate. Because Pandora's box is based on cutting-edge profiling techniques, you're going to find out specific behaviors, specific things to say to the girl you like right now. Not, this works on women, but picture a girl you have in mind right now, okay? Pandora's box is going to teach you exactly what's attractive to her. And it makes everything easy by giving you 3 simple everyday questions to read her mind instantly. Honestly, once you claim your spot and complete your order, you're getting access right away. And it's going to be pretty obvious that this is different. It's not like anything else out there. Is it considered cheating if I use Pandora's box? Well, it depends. Do you consider it cheating when a girl puts on makeup, a skin-tight top that shows her cleavage, and a skirt so short you can practically see the bottom half of her ass from behind? It's pretty much accepted that women can dress like that and no one will think twice about it. Women can dress sexy on any day of the week and instantly make men break their focus at the office, look away from the road while driving, and stumble over their words in conversation. In fact, I read a study that claimed a man's IQ drops 20 points when talking to an attractive woman. But it's perfectly normal for women to wear whatever they want, and as men, we still love it. A guy isn't going to feel tricked because he hooked up with a girl when she was looking super hot. As men, we love when women do the things that make us lose control. Until now, men haven't really had something like that where they can decide to have that kind of effect on women and make her become putty in our hands. Pandora's box makes it possible, and I don't really consider it cheating. It's more like leveling the playing field because women want men to be more attractive. They want men who understand them. They want men who are interested in improving ourselves to become more attractive, just like we want our girlfriends and the women we date to look attractive and turn us on too. Can I trust Vin's guarantee? Absolutely yes. Without a question, you can trust Vin's guarantee. The reason is because the credit card transactions aren't handled by Vin personally. They're handled by Altair Publishing. They have their own support center where you can call in or write an email and they'll handle everything. You get to download the program, try it out for up to 2 whole weeks, and believe me, it won't take 2 weeks for you to see how powerful this stuff is. But you can still take as much time as you want to try out the material, up to 14 days if you really wanted to. Anyway, if you're not happy, you just send an email or call them up toll-free, and they'll make sure you get your money back. It's Altair Publishing, so no matter what question you have about your purchase, they can handle it, and you'll always get first-class customer support, friendly and helpful every time. Honestly, the only person taking the risk here isn't you, it's Vin. Because it's possible, and I hope you're not the type of person to do this, but you could just buy the program and get your money back even after getting every benefit from the material. But it's not something we really worry about here. Vin is much more focused on getting amazing results for guys and building his reputation around that. So, yes, you can trust the guarantee 100%. Who should not buy Pandora's box? Well, I mean, it's not easy to enforce this, but guys who have a history of emotional or physical abuse toward women should not buy Pandora's box. The techniques in Pandora's box are neither good nor evil. They simply amplify who you already are. It's like nuclear power. With the right intention and safety considerations, it can be used to provide electricity to millions of homes. But in the wrong hands, with evil intent, it can be used for mass destruction. My hope is that you will get Pandora's box and use it to give women wonderful experiences. I want you to give them the romance and excitement they crave and allow them to live out their wildest fantasies. That way everybody wins. So yeah, as long as you've got some good intentions, you want to make a woman feel really special, you want to put a big smile on her face and be that knight in shining armor she's always dreamed about, you can feel good about clicking the button below and claiming your spot in the group. We'll be happy to have you on board. How fast will I get results? The short answer is that your results will vary according to how quickly you try out the techniques in real life. It's like anything. If you're the type who buys books without reading them and movies without watching them, then you probably won't get much out of this program either. You have to actually watch the videos and follow along. And you have to take what you learned and apply it in real life with real women, because it's not some magic pill where you just complete your order and then without even logging in, women are going to show up at your doorstep begging you for a date. That's just not a realistic expectation. And if all you want is to get some action without actually improving yourself, then you might as well just hire escorts. That being said, there's also a side effect that happens once you start getting positive reactions from women, and that is you're going to become a lot more confident. And as a side benefit, women are universally attracted to confidence anyways, so that makes them get even better results. It spirals out of control until they're just a totally different person living an entirely new life. But as I said, you're going to actually need to go through the program. It's really like learning a new skill. You'll get exactly what you invest in it. Is my credit card safe, and what will show up on my bill? Again, it's not me or Vin personally who's going to be charging your card. It's his publishing company, Altair Publishing, and that's what will show up on your bill. Altair Publishing has had hundreds of thousands of customers over the years because they've been doing this a very long time, and it's a family-run business, so it's not like they're going to put their reputation on the line by ripping people off. Their billing department is top-notch, and they've got some of the same people working on their stuff as Amazon.com, who handles millions of transactions every year. So, yeah, your credit card information is guaranteed absolutely safe. They use 256-bit secure encryption, which means there's no way your private information could be intercepted by a third party. It's very, very safe. In fact, it's much safer than a department store or restaurant because there's no employee physically handling your card. You just enter your information on the checkout page. I mean, we're here to help and empower people and help them improve their lives. So yes, you're going to have a great customer service experience, guaranteed. Does this work on Latin women, Asian women, Black women, etc.? Yes, because Pandora's box is based on fundamental psychological principles and not ethnic stereotypes. It works with any kind of woman. You see, although there are differences in how cultures might date, the triggers that attract women are all exactly the same. For example, a woman from Sweden might like different food than a woman from Brazil. They might prefer different types of movies, too. It doesn't matter, because those are just her preferences. She's not going to lose her self-control because she wanted steak and you got her a hamburger. You see, the reason Pandora's box is so powerful is because it has taken those emotional triggers that cause women to chase men and put them into simple techniques that anyone can use. So you're going to get the exact response you're looking for. It's simple and powerful, yet based on real science. Can I still get access later if I want? Well, there's good news and bad news. The bad news is if you don't claim your spot right now, once this presentation comes down, only the guys who took action will get to have access to the private Pandora's Box website. Vin wants to keep the group small so that he can do his best to keep out the guys who want to use Pandora's Box in an abusive way. You're going to know women better than they know themselves. And if you wanted to, and I hope you're not the type of person to do this, but you could use it to make a woman only feel certain types of pleasure from you and you alone. Obviously, that's a valid concern. So if you're an honest, well-meaning guy and you want to date more, higher quality women, then my advice is to claim your spot right now by clicking on the yellow button below the video. And of course, the good news is that Pandora's box is fully guaranteed for 14 days. So you don't have to decide right now. You can claim your spot, get your hands on the system, check it out, try it. If you don't notice a marked improvement in how women respond to you, if you don't start dating more women immediately, or even if you don't like the font used in the system or something like that, you can get 100% of your money back with no questions asked. There's really no risk at all. Vin is taking all the risk on this one just so that he can put this test group together in a short time period. Will Pandora's box tell me what to say? Yes. Although you're going to develop the ability to automatically know what to say, there are many word-for-word examples and exact phrases you can use to turn women on. These are really more like training wheels to get you some fast success. The goal is to make talking to women really fun and exciting, so at some point, you'll probably want to have your own techniques that are personal to you. And that's fine too, because by then, you'll already be familiar with the patterns in the system. So yes, the real answer is that it's up to you. Use the exact language included in the system, or use what you learned to develop your own personal style. Will it work if I have a small penis? I get this one a lot, and I'm not really sure why, because Pandora's box bypasses that critical part of her mind automatically. In other words, the reason she's sleeping with you is because you're making her feel all of these incredible emotions early on, so she's going to be pretty head over heels before you even sleep with her in the first place. In fact, many women can't climax unless they are in love with a guy anyway, and it has nothing to do with his performance or how big he is down there at all. Listen, good sex is 100% psychological. That's why real sex feels so much better than jerking off. You're getting an orgasm either way, but when you're with a real woman, there's a psychological component on top of it, so it's a much more satisfying, pleasurable experience. There's all kinds of studies showing the stress-relieving and health benefits of having real sex with a woman. It's got to be a real woman, though, and the reason is because of that psychological component. When you claim your spot in the group, you're going to become that male version of the super hot girl that everybody wants to sleep with. Yes, for men, sexual attraction is mostly based on the visual, on what we see. But because for women it's 100% psychological, you're going to be the one with the power. Will Pandora's box help me if I'm married or in a relationship? Well, you first have to understand that there's really only two different types of relationships. The first type of relationship is where the woman makes all the decisions, the man is stuck constantly trying to please her and do what she says, and neither person is happy. This is called the role reversal relationship because it goes against the natural instincts of men and women. Because society is really set up to push its economy forward no matter what toll it takes, a lot of things are really backwards, and this type of dysfunctional relationship is unfortunately pretty common. These relationships are easy to spot too, because usually the woman is acting like a drill sergeant telling him what to do. She'll ask what they're doing, and the guy will say, I don't know, what do you want to do? This is very unnatural to our biology as men and women. So most men in this situation usually feel like they have no power, or he might feel like he's always being criticized, and he usually has to beg his girlfriend or wife just to have sex. The woman, on the other hand, feels very little attraction for the poor guy, and in many cases starts seeing someone who can give her the second type of relationship on the side. The second type of relationship is really the only functional type of relationship, and that's where the man is the dominant one who is leading the emotional journey of the woman, and she is following him. Now, I'm not saying you have to boss her around and be a controlling jerk. Of course not. What I'm saying is that the relationship functions more naturally if the man is leading where the relationship goes. The great thing about Pandora's box is that if you use the system, you're automatically going to be leading her. You're going to be leading her emotions to a place where she naturally chases or follows you in a submissive way because she trusts you and believes you can give her something no one else can. It's a beautiful thing when you get a relationship or a marriage working the way it's supposed to, where she's the one who's always seeking to be affectionate with you and always initiating sex. It works a lot better for both men and women this way. Will Pandora's box work if I already messed up my chances with a particular girl? Guys get really down on themselves about the mistakes they've made, and I used to do this a lot too, yet it's crazy that usually once you start doing the right things that make a woman attracted, you'll be surprised how fast she forgets about everything that happened in the past. It's like it totally didn't happen. The funny thing is that if you already made a huge mistake with a woman, it can actually work in your favor because she's going to have some impression of who you are based on the past. And when you come in and start turning her on like crazy, she's going to be like, wow, I was so wrong about him. I actually really like him. We get emails all the time from guys like that. For example, a guy from Texas just wrote in saying he made a pretty bad mistake, and I think he left like 7 voicemails in a row or something, something you would think a guy could never recover from. Yet he was able to turn it around using Pandora's box. So if you made a mistake with a woman you like, the key is to just act as though it didn't happen and start doing the right things that will make her attracted to you. A lot of guys go on forever trying to fix the mistake they made, but it's better to just forget it ever happened and start doing the right things. Those are the most common questions I get about Pandora's box. Hopefully your question was answered there, but if you're still wondering if it's right for you, honestly, the only way to find out now is to click on the button below and complete your order. You can get the program, take as much time as you need to review the material, try it out, and then decide later if you think it's worth the money or not. If it's not for you, it's not that big of a deal. Just better to find out now rather than wondering what if for the rest of your life. I don't want you to have to struggle with that. Really, I'm here to help, and that's why we have such a strong guarantee. It's an unconditional guarantee, so that means you have nothing to worry about. We've gone ahead and taken all the risk so that you could grab the program, and then if for any reason, even if you don't like the colors or you don't like the cute little diagrams I've got in there, or for any reason at all, you can just send an email and get your money back instantly. Vin is really here to help people. I mean, his reputation is really on the line, and right now, that's what's most important to him. He wants to go down in history as a great thinker, someone who made a huge contribution to psychology and dating, and Pandora's box is his masterpiece. Pandora's box is, well, it was life-changing for me and for other guys too. We get emails all the time from people all around the world, guys telling us they finally got that one girl they've been thinking about forever, or that now they have the same lifestyle as a rock star, meeting and dating new women on a weekly basis when they used to spend weekends at home feeling bad for themselves. If you think about it, there's not many things you can buy that make such a difference in your life. I mean, for $70, you can go out and have a nice dinner for that price, but it's not really going to change your life. You're going to leave the restaurant the same person you were when you walked in, with the same challenges and the same frustrations you had before you stepped foot inside. And for $70, that's the same price of filling your gas tank these days. So this is an incredible value. To be able to spark nearly instant attraction in any woman, to date as many women as you have time for, so that when you're ready, you'll have no problem finding the one, and you'll settle down because she gives you everything you're looking for in a woman. It's really easy. All you have to do is click the button below to get started and complete your order.